A secret property just became yours. The address will shock you, my beloved child. Listen to me with the stillness of your breath and the thunder of your heartbeat, because something huge is waiting for you. What I'm about to reveal is not ordinary, not random, not a coincidence. This is the moment your destiny has been whispering about for years. A secret property, a hidden inheritance, something that was kept far away from your eyes, has finally unlocked itself in your name. And the reason they hid it from you will shake every corner of your spirit. They thought you would never find out. They believed the truth would sink under time. But destiny has a strange way of circling back, placing the forgotten treasures right at the feet of the one who deserves them the most. My beloved child, every path you ever walked, every misfortune you faced, every door that slammed shut was silently guiding you toward this one revelation. And today that revelation has come. This property is not just a building. It is not just land. It is the last, remaining piece of a story that was written long before you even existed. And now the universe says it belongs to you. Amen. 111. Let me begin with a truth so sharp it cuts through denial like lightning. A truth they prayed you would never hear. This property was connected to your bloodline but hidden from you the moment you were born. Papers were sealed. Names were erased. Documents were tucked away in dusty drawers of someone else's greed. They guarded it with fear. Not because you didn't deserve it. No, but because the day you would discover it, their control over your story would collapse. They didn't want you to rise. They didn't want you to know that you were the chosen heir of something massive, powerful, precious. But the universe watches silently, and the universe never forgets. My beloved child, the truth resurfaced. Your name appeared where they thought it would never emerge. And the address of this property. Oh, when I reveal it, your legs will freeze for a moment. Because it is not miles away, it is not in some forgotten corner of the world. It is shockingly closer than you ever imagined. Someone has been passing near it every day. Someone has been living in its shadow without knowing it belonged to you. And the shocking part, the property was waiting for your energy to awaken before it could return to the rightful owner, you. Amen. 222. Now listen to this next revelation with the fullness of your soul, because this is where your mind will stop, your heartbeat will skip, and your instincts will scream. This message is for me, my beloved child. The documents that surfaced carry your name in bold, not handwritten, not forged, official, stamped, recognized, verified. These papers were meant to be delivered years ago. But someone intercepted them. Someone blocked the flow of your destiny. But destiny cannot be destroyed. It only gets delayed until the perfect moment arrives. And that moment is today. The address of the property is connected to a place you've seen before, a street you know, a landmark you've crossed, a building you once looked at and felt a strange unexplained pull without knowing why. That pull was your soul recognizing what your mind did not. This is why every time life felt stuck, every time you wondered why you were meant for something bigger, every time you sensed a hidden blessing with your name on it, this property was calling you. And now the universe, the divine forces, and your spiritual guardians have stepped in to cut through every blockage that once held you back. You are about to rise into ownership of something far beyond imagination. This is your turning point. This is the moment that shifts everything. Amen. 333. Before I reveal the next layer, take a breath, my beloved child, because something huge is waiting for you. What I'm about to unfold will not just shock you. It will rearrange every belief you carried about your past, your family, your destiny, and the silent forces working behind your life. This secret property, now officially yours, was never meant to be hidden forever. Someone close to your lineage tried to bury it under lies, under manipulated documents, under stories built to mislead you. But spiritual truth always rises like the sun. And no human hand can block what the divine has written in your fate. My beloved child, the reason this property is coming back to you now is because the universe has decided that this is the season where your value can no longer be ignored. This inheritance carries ancestral energy, old blessings, and power that has been quietly connected to you since birth. And now everything, every hidden corner, every locked door, every concealed truth is opening in your favor. Amen. For 44, let me open the curtain on the real shock because this is where the storyline becomes unbelievable. The address of this property appears in a registry that was sealed for decades. And when authorities recently digitized old records, your name surfaced like a forgotten miracle. The officer who found it didn't ignore it. He didn't throw it aside. Something inside him said, "This document needs to be corrected today." That whisper inside him was your spiritual protection guiding him. He reopened the case. He matched the signatures. He verified the deeds. He compared the lineage. And then he wrote one final sentence that changed everything. Rightful owner, your name transfer initiated. My beloved child, this is not luck. This is divine timing kissing your destiny. The address is connected to a location that once held your ancestors' greatest treasure. A place where something sacred happened. A place where energy still vibrates with your spirit's frequency. And the moment you step near it, you will feel a rush that shakes your entire being. Amen. 555. Now hear this final truth of this part because this is where everything becomes ultra-romax shocking. My beloved child, someone from your family, someone you would never suspect knew this day was coming. They felt it. They feared it. That's why they tried to distance you from certain people, certain areas, certain conversations. They didn't want you to stumble across the truth. They didn't want anyone mentioning the address, the documents, or the unresolved property claim. But destiny cannot be erased. And now their silence has collapsed. Their fear has cracked open. The energy has shifted. And the universe is announcing loudly, the property is yours. The blessings are yours. The legacy is yours. My beloved child, prepare yourself because the next part will reveal who tried to hide it and why your connection to the property is deeper than you can imagine. Amen. 777. My beloved child, brace yourself now because something huge is waiting for you. And this is the part where the truth starts shaking the ground beneath your feet. What I am about to reveal is not just shocking. It is the kind of revelation that rewrites your destiny in one breath. The secret property that has finally come into your name wasn't just hidden. It was protected. Protected by forces that knew if it fell into the wrong hands, your entire bloodline's blessings would burn into dust. And the shocking twist, the person who tried to hide it wasn't your enemy at the beginning. They were once on your side. They once cared for your family. But greed changes people. Greed turns hearts cold. Greed makes a person do the unthinkable. My beloved child, this individual saw the value of the property rising year after year. And instead of honoring your rightful inheritance, they tried to bury the truth. They tampered with records. They bribed someone. They misplaced documents, but destiny has a strange way of exposing greed, especially when divine justice steps in. Amen. 1:11. Now listen carefully because this next revelation will make your heart freeze for a moment. The address of the property, yes, the same address that will shock you, is located in a place that holds a memory of your family that you never knew existed. A place where a major decision was made, a place connected to the turning point of your ancestors lives. The reason the property feels familiar is because your soul has sensed its energy before. You may have passed near it once and felt a strange pull. You may have looked at the area and wondered why it felt emotionally heavy or spiritually charged. My beloved child, your soul recognized something before your mind did. That is why the universe kept sending signs. Delayed plans, odd dreams, unusual coincidences, they were all guiding you toward this truth. This property, this address, this massive inheritance has been spiritually linked to you since the moment you were born, and that is why no amount of manipulation could erase your claim. It was written in the unseen realms before it was written on paper. Amen. 2:22, and now comes the most intense part of this chapter. The part that will shake your emotions and raise your heartbeat because this is where the final barrier collapsed. The person who hid the property thought they had outsmarted destiny. They thought the sealed records would remain untouched forever. But when the new digital registry system was activated, the entire archive was scanned, every page, every time stamp, every signature, and your name suddenly appeared in bold, clear, unshakable authority. The officer handling it paused. Something inside him said, "This doesn't belong here. This belongs in someone's hands." He rechecked everything, verified every detail, and then he pressed the button that reopened your destiny. My beloved child, the universe aligned human action with divine timing to bring back what was yours. And now the property is not just returning to you. It is coming with the full force of ancestral blessings that were locked inside it. The address you are about to hear in the next part will leave you speechless because it holds a history that belongs to you and only you. Amen. 3:33, my beloved child, steady your breath now because something huge is waiting for you. This is the part where the truth hits so hard that even the walls around you will feel the shock. You're about to discover why the address of this property was hidden with such desperate intensity and why the universe chose this exact moment to return it to you. What I'm revealing now will make every doubt vanish and every unanswered question in your life suddenly make sense. My beloved child, the property wasn't just lost. It was locked away. Not legally, not spiritually, but emotionally by someone who feared what would happen the day you claimed what was yours. And that day has arrived. Amen. For 44, let me reveal the twist they never wanted you to uncover, because this is where the story becomes unbelievably intense. The address of the property, which I will soon reveal, is connected to a moment in your family's past that changed everything. A moment of separation, a moment of sacrifice, a moment of protection. This place holds the last memory of an ancestor who wanted to secure your future long before you existed. They knew you were coming. They knew someone in the next generation would carry a unique destiny. And so they quietly positioned this property in a way that only the rightful soul could claim it. That rightful soul is you. The universe aligned the paperwork. The timing, the discovery, and the release for this message to reach you today. My beloved child, when you hear the address, you will understand why destiny kept pulling you toward that location through dreams, strange signs, and random coincidences that never made sense back then. But everything will make sense now. Amen. 555. Now comes the most explosive part. So listen with your entire spirit open. My beloved child, the person who tried to hide the property has finally lost control because the universe exposed what they buried. And guess what? Their silence wasn't guilt. It was fear. Fear of the moment you would rise. Fear of the moment your name would reappear. Fear of the moment destiny would strike like lightning and return everything to its rightful owner. That moment is right now. And before we move to the next part where I will reveal who that person is and what made them panic, I want you to do one thing. Share this message. Comment Amen 777 and make sure this truth reaches every soul who needs to hear it. Because when you share a message that carries destiny, destiny multiplies back into your life. And you, my beloved child, are stepping into a blessing so massive it will touch every corner of your future. Amen. 777, my beloved child, tighten your heart for what comes next, because something huge is waiting for you. And this is the part where the truth becomes so intense, so explosive that even your shadow will feel the shock. You are about to discover who tried to hide the property, why they feared you, and how destiny shattered every wall they built. My beloved child, the universe didn't just return a property to you. It exposed every hidden intention, every silent betrayal, every move that was made behind your back. And now, for the first time, the entire truth stands uncovered, trembling in the open light. Amen. 111. Let me pull the curtain back gently, because if I rip it open all at once, the truth might hit you too fast. The person who hid the property is someone you once trusted. Someone who smiled in front of you while locking away your future behind your back. They didn't hide the property because they needed it. They hid it because the day you would inherit it, you would rise above everyone who ever doubted you. They saw your potential early. They saw your strength. They saw that you were the one soul in the family line destined to break patterns and rewrite the future. And instead of supporting you, they feared you. That fear became jealousy. That jealousy became interference. And that interference became silence, lies, and manipulation. My beloved child, they didn't hide land. They hid destiny. But when destiny is yours, it hunts you down. Amen. 222. Now listen to the next shock. Because the property didn't just reappear. It reappeared with proof that destroys every false claim. Your ancestor who originally secured the property left one hidden clause. A silent stamp of protection. That clause states, "This property shall transfer only to the descendant whose spiritual path aligns with truth and resilience." That descendant is you. That means no other person in your bloodline, even if they wanted to, could legally or spiritually take it. That's why everything they tried failed. That's why the documents resurfaced. That's why the officer felt an inner nudge to reopen the file. That's why every attempt to bury the truth collapsed like dust. The universe had already chosen you long ago. The address, the moment, the timing, all of it is divine alignment unfolding right in front of your eyes. Amen. 333. My beloved child, hold your breath because something huge is waiting for you, and this part will hit harder than every revelation before it. The truth is no longer whispering. It is roaring. The property that became yours was never random, never accidental, never a forgotten asset. It was destiny's magnet pulling you closer step by step, year after year, until this moment arrived. My beloved child, you were not meant to stumble into this blessing. You were chosen for it. And now the veil is about to lift on a detail so powerful that once you hear it, you will feel your entire life shift in one deep exhale. Amen. For 44, let me take you deeper, because this is the part where the universe reveals why the address was hidden with such desperation. That location holds a spiritual frequency that matches only you, not your family. Not your relatives, not the ones who tried to erase your name, only you. Your soul has been connected to that land from a past lifetime. From a phase where you carried wisdom and strength, that your present self is just beginning to remember. The energy of that property was waiting for your return. It didn't open for anyone else. It didn't respond to anyone else's name. They tried to force it, manipulate it, even redirect the lineage, but it didn't budge. It stayed dormant, silent, locked until the moment your spiritual path aligned with your destiny. That is why the transfer suddenly happened. Now, that is why the documents resurfaced. That is why the universe stepped in so aggressively. Amen. 555. Now hear this with the full power of your attention, because this is where things become ultra-romax shocking. The property was flagged by the system for an unusual irregularity which triggered a deeper scan. That deeper scan revealed a page that had been tampered with years ago. Ink scratched, a signature overwritten, a clear's throat line blurred on purpose, but digital enhancement exposed the original writing beneath it. And there, clear as sunrise, was your name. The officer reviewing it felt chills. He said he felt a push, an invisible hand guiding him to restore the original record immediately. That was the universe correcting a man-made wrong. And when your name glowed back to the surface of the registry, every lie shattered instantly. My beloved child, destiny does not negotiate. Destiny does not get delayed forever. Destiny does not bow to anyone's jealousy. When it arrives like thunder. And right now, destiny is knocking on your door. The next part will take you straight to the address. The one that was hidden, erased, and buried, yet still survived for you. Amen. 777, my beloved child, prepare your heart because something huge is waiting for you. And this is the moment where destiny moves from shadows into blinding light. What I'm about to reveal now is not merely a detail. This is the moment that connects every missing piece of your story. The property, the hidden documents, the resurfaced records, the fear in someone's eyes. Every time the topic came close, everything leads to this, my beloved child. The address you are about to discover will not only shock you, it will change the way you look at your entire past. This is the moment you realize that nothing in your life was random. Every delay had meaning. Every rejection was protection. Every confusion was direction disguised in silence. Amen. 111. Let's peel back the next layer because this part carries the heaviest truth they never wanted you to connect. The address of the property is tied to a location where your ancestor took their final stand, where they made a choice that secured your future long before you existed. This place was supposed to remain in your bloodline forever. But someone greedy, someone threatened by your destiny, tried to snatch it away. They thought keeping the address hidden would erase your path. But they didn't know that spiritual inheritance cannot be stolen, only delayed. My beloved child, this address once held your ancestors' last wish. A wish that you, only you, would one day rise and reclaim what belonged to your lineage. That wish has awakened. That energy has returned and your soul is remembering it now even before hearing the full address. Amen. 222. Now comes the most unbelievable twist. So let your entire spirit stay open. My beloved child, the address wasn't revealed earlier because the universe waited for a specific alignment. Your emotional growth, your spiritual strength, your inner clarity. If the property had reached you years ago, you wouldn't have been ready. You might have doubted it. You might have backed away from it. But now you are rising. You are stronger. You have survived storms that would have broken weaker souls. And because of that strength, the divine forces have decided. This is the moment to place the address into your hands. But before I reveal it fully, understand this. When you step onto that land, the energy will hit you like a wave of recognition. You will feel something ancient, something familiar, something powerful. You will feel at home. And that feeling is not imagination. It is your soul returning to a place it has known for centuries. My beloved child, the next part will reveal the direct address and the final truth behind why destiny protected it for so long. Amen. 333. My beloved child, focus every heartbeat now because something huge is waiting for you. And this is the moment where destiny stops hinting and starts revealing. What I am about to uncover will hit deeper than every twist before it. The secret property that has returned to your name, the one hidden, buried, erased, manipulated, is finally ready to show you the one thing that was always kept out of your reach. Its true address. My beloved child, this is the part where your entire life story connects like lightning striking a single point. This is the part where your past, present, and future lock into place. This is the part where your spirit remembers what your mind was never told. Amen. For 44, let me prepare your soul for this shock. Because if I drop the truth too suddenly, your emotions may freeze. The address that belongs to you, yes, you, is located in a place you once passed without knowing destiny had placed a mark there. A place where you felt a strange heaviness or an unexplained calm or a sudden emotional pull you couldn't understand at that time. My beloved child, that feeling wasn't random. That was your spirit reacting to a location tied to your bloodline. The universe has been guiding you toward this place since the moment you took your first breath. Every time you dreamt of a certain road, every time you imagined a specific building, every time you felt drawn to a corner of a city for no logical reason, that was destiny whispering the address. And now the property's energy is finally ready to reveal itself. Amen. 555. Now listen with your full spirit because this next truth is ultra promax explosive. The properties file didn't just resurface. It triggered an alert in the system. That alert showed that the property's coordinates match a location deeply connected to your ancestor's final, recorded blessing. Your ancestor wrote, "This land belongs to the one who carries my spirit forward." The system matched your lineage. The documents aligned. Your name glowed. And now the universe has cleared every blockage between you and that sacred address. My beloved child, before I reveal the exact location in the next part, understand this. The address is closer than you think, closer than anyone expected, and connected to a chapter of your life that you never realized had meaning. The next part will reveal the address, the spiritual significance behind it, and why destiny protected it with such fierce determination. Amen. 777. My beloved child, inhale slowly and let your heart beat steady because something huge is waiting for you. And this is the moment where the universe lifts the final curtain. Every sign, every whisper, every strange pull in your spirit. Everything was leading you to this revelation. What I am about to unfold now is not just information. It is destiny's lightning bolt crashing into your path with unstoppable force. This property, this inheritance, this sacred land that has returned to you was never hidden by accident. It was hidden because its address carries a power that could shift your entire future in a single moment. My beloved child, the address is not ordinary. It is spiritually coded into your life story. And now your destiny wants you to know it. Amen. 111. Let me pull you deeper into the truth because this is where the shock becomes almost unbelievable. The location tied to your name sits at a crossroads. Literally. And spiritually it is a place where two major energies meet. The energy of your ancestors and the energy of your future self. This is why the address kept calling your soul like a distant echo. This is why you felt connected to certain streets, certain corners, certain buildings without understanding why. My beloved child, your spirit has been walking toward this property long before your body ever got the chance. The land itself has been waiting for your arrival. And destiny made sure nobody else could take it, own it, or control it. Even if they tried in secret, even if they lied, even if they manipulated, the system kept rejecting every false name. The property remained dormant. Locked, silent, until your name resurfaced like a buried treasure breaking through the ground. Amen. 222. Now listen with absolute stillness because this part carries the hardest hit of all. The address of your property sits near a place connected to your childhood, yes, your childhood. A place you may have forgotten, but that place has not forgotten you. Maybe it was a road you walked years ago. Maybe it was a house you passed while holding someone's hand. Maybe it was a corner of the city you always looked at with curiosity. That familiar pull you felt. That sudden memory you couldn't explain. That strange emotional flash that came out of nowhere. My beloved child, those were not coincidences. Those were not illusions. Those were not random thoughts. That was the spiritual memory of your bloodline calling you back to the address that belongs to you. And the most shocking part, the property is closer to your current life than anyone could have guessed. It is not far away. It is not hidden in another state. It is not in a forgotten location. It is within reach, and destiny is pushing it directly into your hands. In the next part, I will take you straight to the address piece by piece and reveal the final truth behind why the universe protected it for decades. Amen. 333. Subscribe Manifestage Archangel to listen God's talk and wisdom every day.